Excalibur. The legendary sword of King Arthur, Excalibur, is one of the most famous swords in history, steeped in myth and legend. As the magical sword of King Arthur, Excalibur has become a symbol of divine kingship and mystical power in British folklore. The tales surrounding Excalibur are rich with symbolism and have been passed down through generations, making it an enduring part of Arthurian legend. The origin of Excalibur is somewhat ambiguous, as different stories offer varying accounts of how Arthur came to possess the sword. The most popular version is that Excalibur was given to Arthur by the Lady of the Lake, a mystical figure who resided in a magical body of water. In this tale, after Arthur's original sword was broken in battle, the Lady of the Lake presented him with Excalibur, a sword of unmatched power, along with a scabbard that protected him from harm. Another famous tale is that of the sword in the stone, where young Arthur pulls a sword from an anvil atop a stone, proving his right to be king. In some versions of the story, this sword is also called Excalibur, though other versions distinguish it as a different sword. Excalibur is not just a weapon, it is a symbol of Arthur's rightful sovereignty and his divine right to rule. The sword is often described as having magical properties, such as an unbreakable blade, or the ability to blind enemies with its brilliance. The scabbard is equally important in the legend, as it is said to protect Arthur from bleeding out in battle, emphasizing the idea that Excalibur's power is not just in its offensive capabilities, but also in its protection. The story of Excalibur is also tied to the rise and fall of Camelot, the legendary kingdom ruled by Arthur. As long as Arthur wielded Excalibur, he was seen as an invincible ruler. However, the eventual loss of the sword, either through betrayal or tragedy, often signals the beginning of the end for Arthur and Camelot. In some versions of the tale, after Arthur's final battle, he orders that Excalibur be returned to the Lady of the Lake, signifying the end of his reign and the passing of an era. Excalibur's legend has persisted through centuries, influencing countless works of literature, art, and popular culture. It symbolizes the ideals of chivalry, justice, and the mystical connection between a king and his land. Though the true nature of Excalibur, whether it ever existed or was purely mythical, remains a mystery. Its legacy as a powerful symbol of kingship and heroism endures. In conclusion, Excalibur is more than just a sword. It is a symbol of power, legitimacy, and the mystical elements that pervade the legend of King Arthur. The tales surrounding Excalibur reflect the values and beliefs of a time long past, yet they continue to capture the imagination of people today, keeping the legend alive.